Welcome back, guys, to Race with Jazz. I am Jazz Royce, and today we are playing Forza Motorsport. We are going to be driving in the Nurburgring. That's right, we're driving the 2024 Corvette E-Ray. Driver to our difficulty on expert setting rules, simulated damage, fuel, and tires. Full penalties applying on level 3, which is pretty aggressive if you've played Motorsport and played with the AIs. And we are playing with traction and stability on Sport because that's close enough to traction stability off in Horizon. We also have our force feedback setting all the way on max. Now, before we begin, guys, please smash that like button and please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and share this with other people that are fans of watching simulated racing, because I'm going to give you guys the breakdown, different cars, of how this works, guys. So let's start. Here we are in the Nurburgring. First impressions of the Corvette E-Ray. The shifts are very aggressive. Lots of torque. Because remember, guys, with the Corvette E-Ray, this is the 6.2 V8, but instead of a supercharger attached to it, you have an electric motor. That's the difference between the E-Ray and a regular Stingray NZ06. And as you can see with the electric motor, that torque boost is instantaneous. A little bit of a fender bender with the Lamborghini up front as we're going around this turn. In 12th place right now, trying to climb our way to the top, but these drivers are not going to go easy on us. As you can see, racing a bunch of Lamborghinis and supercars, but the E-Ray, I think, is just good enough to compete in this same class. We're going to find out how good. Getting rear-ended again by the Lamborghini, playing dirty, and it backfires on him as he goes into the dirt. I think that costed our pal the race, but it's still the first lap out of 4, so let's see how this plays out. Going into this turn, going in from the inside into second gear. As you can see, I'm really using that electric motor, that torque that it delivers, to my advantage, dropping down into those gears and trying to launch out of those corners. Almost got a little brake check from that Lamborghini up front. Going into 120 miles into this curve. Let's see how good our brakes are. Ooh, our tires did not like going into speeds that high into those type of corners. You got to remember, guys, the Corvette is a good vehicle all around, but when it comes to cornerings, this is not a Civic Type R or a Golf R. Going into the straightaway, opening her up all the way in 5th gear, going into 140 miles, and then we got a sharp turn up ahead, dropping down into 2nd gear. Nice. Oh, and the white Lambo did not make that turn quite successful. Here we are wrapping up the first lap in 7th place. Taking it easy on that curve into 3rd gear. Throwing down full throttle again. Going in for the inside, overtaking the yellow Lamborghini in front, but going into this sharp turn up ahead. That was a rough one. That was a rough one right there. The Viper was not taking it kindly that I was trying to go in from that outside and pass him. As we can see, the Viper covers me as I try to go in from the inside and passes, and so he's playing quite defensively. But we still got ahead. In 4th place now, 2nd lap. Trying to take it easier on these turns, but the tires still don't want to cooperate. Kind of a tough situation here because if I push the brakes too hard, it's going to be too slow to come out of those corners and the people behind me are going to pass me. But if I go too fast, the Corvette doesn't like to take those tight turns at high speeds either, at least not on these stock tires. So we're going to have a little bit of a dilemma here. Love tap into the Porsche. Oh, no penalty on that end. Now into 3rd place. As I told you guys, these people are playing aggressive, getting another rear end collision, but that did not slow me down though. The whole mob is behind trying to close in, but will I let them close in? Nope. Nope, not a chance, unless I mess up. Because at this point, with how close they are to me, one mistake as a driver error, and that can cost me a good part of this race. First place is not too far from us now. Let's see, can we catch him? Going into this curve again, holding that third gear, dropping into second. Oh no. The tires are now glowing dark orange. The tires are not cooperating, guys. Could this be the beginning of the demise of the stock tires? If so, we're gonna have a hard time completing this race, knowing that the Nurburgring has all of these tight turns. Let's see how this next turn goes. Oh, and the tires, yes, the tires are giving out on us as we send this car into a drift off bounds. When we try to correct ourselves really quick, looks like the front tires are giving out on us fresh into the third lap. Wow. Now, as you can see, I have to go extra slow into these corners, dropping my speeds as low as 35 miles per hour and still struggling to get the tires to grip around the curves. Now we are officially in a dilemma, folks. Note to self, don't take a stock E-Ray doing 4 laps in the Nurburgring unless you at least upgrade to proper track tires. Then again, keep in mind, this is a rent, so I don't own the vehicle. I just wanted to rent it out for this race because I figured it would be something new to try. This is a brand new vehicle after all. We can definitely revisit a race like this once I own the car and I can upgrade it. First place is no longer in sight now, so now it's just a matter of staying in second place and trying not to fall beneath. And oh, almost had a little fishtail incident right there, going out of that corner. Still have a decent gap between me and third place, but like I said, one error and they can catch me. As we're going into the straightaway now, this is where the Corvette can really shine. Going into 5th gear into this last straightaway, pushing past 140 miles per hour, going into the tight bend right here, dropping down to 2nd gear. Oh yeah, and even dropping to low speeds, the tires do not want to hook around these turns. It looks as though our tires are practically bald at this point, guys. But we still have one more lap to go on these bald tires. Let's see how this plays out.
Last lap.
Going at touching 150 miles per hour too fast into the tight bend, dropping all the way into 1st gear and putting some muscle grease in to get that turnaround properly. Using a good amount of strength to hold the wheels in place because the car wants to kick out, but I am not letting it, fighting its way through these corners, and the tires are glowing in red. That is not a good sign, but we cannot do no type of pit stop because that will clearly cost us the race, especially on the last lap. Hearing those tires squealing and wrapping the wheel around as tight as I can, still going out of bounds, I'm practically driving with no front tires at this point. But at least the tires are still decent enough that the power can get thrown down on a straightaway. However, remember, this is the Nurburgring, so the turns are what really counts in this one. Going way too fast into that turn, remembering that the brakes and tires are not working good right now. Oh man. But still, we're able to correct ourselves just good enough that third place could not catch us just yet, although they are right on our tail in a line as we can look back behind us. taking it extra slow, dropping into second gear before we even make the turn on this last tight corner. Wrapping around the corner here, going as slow as we can, and the tires are just not letting us complete the turn no matter how hard we turn the wheel around. But nonetheless, we still managed to finish in second place. A good improvement from where we started at in the beginning of the race, considering the conditions that this car was under. It was an overall good race. We will be doing more races with the E-Ray, and I might even just buy the car and be able to modify, upgrade the tires and suspension. With that being said, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one.